Fail forward, embracing failure as a pathway to growth. What works well, es bueno. Seeing failure as a necessary step toward progress is crucial. It's not about assigning blame, it's about understanding what went wrong and using that insight to fuel future success. Failure can be one of the greatest teachers when approached with the right mindset. When teams know they can fail without fear, they're more willing to push boundaries, innovate, and find creative solutions. They begin to see failure not as an end point, but as a pivot point, a moment to learn, adapt, and try again. Real world experience. There's no sugarcoating it. Failure hurts. I've been in the trenches of major projects where things went wrong and all eyes were on me. One particular project faced significant setbacks, and my team and I were thrown into damage control mode. Instead of pointing fingers, I initiated a post-mortem, a traditional project management practice, to dissect what went wrong, what we missed, what we misunderstood, and how we could improve moving forward. In agile environments, this process is known as a retrospective, where the team reflects on the sprint to identify successes, challenges, and areas for improvement. We didn't waste time on blame. Instead, we focused on the lessons hidden in the mess. That post-mortem or retrospective not only helped us salvage what was left of the project, but also strengthened us as a unit. During the retrospective, we utilized techniques like start, stop, continue, where team members shared what practices to start doing, what to stop, and what to continue. This structure encouraged open dialogue and ensured everyone's voice was heard. I've learned that real growth happens in reflection, not in blame. When you lead with blame, people shut down, creativity stalls, and teams become afraid to take risks. But when you lead with accountability and a willingness to learn, failure becomes a springboard for innovation. My leadership now embodies this principle. Fail forward. When we make room for failure, we create space for growth, creativity, and resilience. I've watched teams that were once afraid fail to take bold chances because they knew they had the safety to explore the unknown. The key is removing the fear. When people know that mistakes aren't the end of the world, they take bigger leaps, knowing that even if they fall, they'll land on a path that moves them forward. What does not work so well? No bueno. Blaming individuals for failures creates a toxic culture that kills creativity and represses innovation. In environments where scapegoating is the response for any setback, morale plummets, people become risk-averse, and no one wants to step outside their comfort zone. In such environments, individuals are more concerned with protecting themselves than finding solutions, creating a dangerous atmosphere. Fear of failure stops progress dead in its tracks. Failure should never be something to fear. Instead, it should be a tool we use to grow. This only happens when leadership creates an environment where failure is seen as a stepping stone, not a final destination. When I think about embracing failure as a journey toward growth, The Climb by Miley Cyrus comes to mind. The song's message that the struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, reflect the leadership mindset around failure. Just like in The Climb, the focus isn't only on reaching the destination, but on learning and growing along the way. Each setback is just a moment in time, a step on the way to the top. It's about continuing the journey, rising after each fall, and knowing that the lessons learned are what truly matter. Failure is just a moment in time. It doesn't define you unless you let it. What defines you is how you rise, and as The Climb reminds us, it's the journey that makes us stronger, more resilient, and ready for the next challenge. This concludes Chapter 12. Please proceed to Chapter 13. Clarity is power. Establishing clear expectations for success.